morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. Alright. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. Alright. Good morning.
This is officially the hardest day ever for me to come out here in this garage and work. Good morning, and that's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou, live for you on LOUTUBE this morning. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the dislike troll with 20 accounts, too. Is that you, Extreme Striker? Keep up the good work, buddy. Welcome to the morning show with Uncle Lou and BVD. BVD will be joining us soon here on the phone. And we have a third co-host today, Michael Gill. We'll be getting him on the line around 8:45 or so. See what he has to say. Anyway, hope you guys are doing okay. Sorry about yesterday. I didn't mean to worry anybody. I thought I made it clear that I was just with the electrician in the backyard. I don't know if it was because I didn't come back and cut the
Gotcha. I got you, didn't I? Admit it. Come on. Admit it. You thought you were actually listening to Uncle Lou, didn't you? Until you heard that part there about having an apology to make. Well, we do have an apology to make this morning. A little bit of a last-second change. Uncle Lou will be calling in here in just a few minutes. I gotta admit, I was not prepared for this, and that's okay. It happens. We'll make it work. Anyway, if Uncle Lou will give me just a few minutes before he calls in there so I can ramble for a few seconds and try and set some things up here. One thing's for sure.
We ain't got no fucking microphone.
Lou ain't got no fucking microphone this morning. We're doing it on the fly. I'll let him explain here in just a few minutes as I've set a few more things up. Hashtag professional. It is Thursday morning here in Greenville, and I'm assuming it's Thursday morning also down there in Augusta where he lives. We'll find out in a few minutes. I'll let him explain to you what day it is. I'll let him explain to you what's going on. Hope I didn't just screw up right there. I don't think I did. I think we're still live here this morning. Hang on one second. Yep. Wi-Fi extenders apparently is the topic this morning. as I look at the YouTube page of this here morning show. Wow, 37 people decided to actually pay attention and see what's going on this morning. Again, I apologize for any any trouble this may have caused you. I hope you didn't drive off the road when you heard the morning show being played here on BVD TV. I hope we don't have people over on Lou's channel screaming, what the hell's going on? Why we got to do it over there on that asshole's channel? You know, look, this is a professional setup here that I've got going anyway. And Lou's working on a professional setup down there, which I think he can tell you here in a few minutes. I think he can tell you whether he's almost finished with that or not. I'm getting so confused to looking up here to make sure I'm in the right damn place. Let me stick something in between us right here so I don't get confused. And why is that even? Okay, I'm just going to stay completely away from there. Let me do this. Let me do that. That's the wrong thing. Imagine that. Let's see. Let's stick this right here in between that. You guys have no clue what I'm talking about because it's not showing up there where you're looking. So I can't make any mistakes doing that. What can I say to Lou this morning?
These nuts. Got him.
Yeah, there you go. That should make things feel better all the way around. So it's Thursday morning here on the morning show, brought to you by, it's brought to you by Lou and BVD. We did have a special guest today. My apologies to who we got here. Casey Elgin. Casey, if you're watching, can we reschedule you? Would that be okay? Because I'm too much of a tard to figure out on the fly how to put you in on this call. I don't want to screw things up already. See what I did there? I don't want to screw things. God bless it. See, over here on my channel, I can say things like, fuck, god damn it. I don't want to screw things up any more than I already have and possibly will do so this morning. So, Casey Elgin, my apologies. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Maybe Uncle Lou can apologize here in a minute. We will get you scheduled next week, Casey, I promise. So send me an email and we'll get things fixed. Before I screw this up anymore, you'd think this was the first time I ever hopped on YouTube and talked to you guys. And it is, in a way. You know, I've done the morning show on here before, but I had, a little bit of time to prepare. Not 10 minutes. So I kind of appreciate what Lou did there this morning, kind of throwing me for a loop late, because it made my brain do a little extra work this morning. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how long this show is going to last this morning, because I'm getting a little work done out in my backyard. I've got a new studio. They just dropped it off yesterday. I've got the drywall guy out there, the electrician out there, and the plumber out there, all at the same time. So this could be a clusterfuck. I may have to go out there and straighten some things up, so you'll understand. You'll understand if I have to leave you with Uncle Lou for a little bit. And I promise, if I do have to leave you with Uncle Lou, I won't forget about you. I won't show up at 11 o'clock. Uncle Lou, would you be so kind as to drop your PayPal in the comments section there for the good people? So if they feel so inclined to find themselves for having to watch this morning over here, they can do so. Or I can post mine too. It's actually posted, but go ahead and post yours too, Lou, just in case people get thrown for a loop this morning and feel sorry for us. Now, I know surely you guys can hear the chainsaws. Please tell me you can hear that. If you can't, I'm going to be amazed. Because I can hear it. I hear it every morning. You know. It is, Joseph, it is the same drywall guy that Uncle Lou used. He actually drove the car up here that Uncle Lou gave him for the work. Now, I had a good talking to with him before I let him on my property, and he understands the rules here. He knows that there could be swift and extensive punishment should he screw up in my backyard, because this is a fancy neighborhood I live in. Thank you, Gators Owned, for the super chat. I told Lou to take pictures of his setup first. Well, I just happen to have a stock copy of the old morning show picture with me wearing the diaper, which is not actually a diaper, and Lou on the left there looking Louish, as per usual. This would be a good time right now for me to say something that I've been wanting to say for the last 5 minutes. Lou, go ahead and call in. We're going to get Uncle Lou on the line right now in just a moment and let him explain himself. Do 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 do. I wonder if he'll use his regular morning show intro when he calls. Yes or no in the comments. Will he use his regular morning show intro when he calls me? Or will he just say, hello, boys and girls? I'd like to hear him say hello, boys and girls. Or welcome, boys and girls, even better. That would be even better. So until Uncle Lou calls me, I'm going to subject you guys to this here on the morning show.
Completely hopelessly lost in the vast and labyrinthine recess of the Mammoth Cave.
Welcome, boys and girls. Welcome, boys and girls.
I was lost completely.
Welcome, boys and girls.
I was lost, completely hopelessly lost in the vast and labyrinthine recess of the Mammoth Cave.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome, boys and girls.
What a professional. What a true professional right there. What's going on, Lou? What's going on with you this morning?
People ask me a million times. You've probably been asked too, but for some reason I haven't heard or don't know the story. But where did you find that song?
I actually was trying to think of what kind of song I could use for an intro.
Here's my guess before you tell me. My guess is that you found that song the same way I found the Morning Show song.
Tell us again how you found the morning show song.
I went to YouTube and I typed in Good Morning Songs.
That's basically pretty...
But you always say welcome, boys and girls, so my guess is that you went to YouTube and typed that in.
I think, if I remember correctly, I typed in boys and girls song or something like that. And it didn't take too terribly long. I found a couple of different kiddie songs, and then somehow I stumbled across that, and I was like, that's different.
And you picked, I mean, I don't know what other songs you considered, but you picked the right one because that's a very aggravating song that gets stuck in people's heads, and that's the goal.
Okay, well, I didn't know that was the goal, but hey, if it works, right?
Think about how annoying the Good Morning song is.
Well, it is kind of annoying, but for me, after I got used to hearing it 4 or 5 thousand times, it's it's kind of catchy.
Yeah. Well, and that's how people feel about your vast and
Yeah.
labyrinthian cave or whatever the hell.
Well, my mind is a vast, labyrinthian cave. You know.
Of course, clearly it is. Okay, here's the explanation here, and this is so aggravating because I'm so proud of myself. First of all, I'm a scratch ticket guy, not a play the numbers guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up yesterday morning and I'm like, well, no live show this morning, no live show tonight. Why don't I just move everything today? Why wait till this weekend? I don't need 2 days. So that's what I did. So I had to finish painting my new desk and all that. Wait on it to dry, second coat, all that. So I moved everything everything was moved out of my garage, computer setup wise, yesterday by around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and I had moved it all into the new building. I hadn't set it all up yet, but I had it all moved in there. Then I had to go get the kids from school, then I had to help them with homework, then Luke Jr. had soccer practice, then we had to eat dinner, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't actually go out there and start trying to hook everything up till about 9:30 last night. But I got everything hooked up correctly. Not only that, I have a new board, a new mixer, no more 14-channel concert thing.
Let me guess. No more holding up a shitty cell phone that's on speakerphone in front of a microphone either, right?
Well, I haven't done that in years.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I got everything hooked up. I even did test recording through OBS and listened to it back, and everything worked. I got a second cell phone out there to make sure I had the cell phone hooked up right, and it worked, and you could hear it on both. Everything worked. Except the internet.
What? I get...
And this is so frustrating because when I started doing this out here, I don't mean just, I mean the idea of having a building put out here and all that, I came up with a list of possible problems that could arise.
Mm-hmm.
A million, the list went on forever and ever. Nowhere on that list, not once did it cross my mind, well, what if the internet doesn't work out there? Because I've been working in the garage for 5 years, and it's further away from my router.
Really?
My building is basically rectangle shaped.
Mm-hmm.
My house is a general rectangle shape. The router is like on one corner of the house, and the garage is on the opposite corner of my house. And not only that, where I work in the garage is in the furthest away corner of the garage from the other corner of that house. If you drew a rectangle and drew a line from the top left corner to the bottom right corner, that's how far away my router is from where I was working in the garage, and I had no internet problems out there. And this building is right off the corner of my house where the router is. So I was like, there's no way the internet will be fine.
So are you gonna get you a long Ethernet cable and fix that problem?
Well, I'm an idiot. I should have done that when the electrician was here digging that trench. I could have ran the Ethernet in the same trench that the electricity was in, and it would have been buried, and that would have been it.
Right.
I could have buried the cable from my house to the building, had the wire come up through the building just like the electricity does, and then split off and install a separate Wi-Fi router in the building to cover just the building.
So
but
what?
Again, it never crossed my mind to do that because I'm closer now than I was before, so I just never assumed I would have any problems at all. But I can't connect at all.
So what's the game plan today? After we get done with this.
Yeah, when this show's over, I'm going to the Best Buy or Office. Normally I buy everything from Amazon, but I can't even wait the 2 days shipping, so I'm going wherever I have to go all over town today and buying a Wi-Fi extender, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to, I've never used a Wi-Fi extender before. I watched a couple of videos on it this morning, but it doesn't seem too hard, and Waikiki, in the comments there, said he uses 2 Wi-Fi extenders to run the internet throughout his house, so he sent me a couple of messages over Facebook Messenger. You know, use this one, don't use this one type of thing. He's had some experience with a couple of different ones, so he kind of told me, you know, one to avoid and maybe one to look into getting. So,
well, I'll give you a little bit of fun this morning for you and the people in the comments section. And first of all, if this gets too frustrating, and now you guys know Uncle Lou gets frustrated really easy. I'm probably worse. I probably get frustrated easier than Uncle Lou does. And I'm noticing a lot of comments about it sounding like Lou's calling in from a cup and string. This is not a Lou audio problem that you guys are hearing this morning. This is a BVD audio problem. I don't have the call board and all that stuff set up. Or hell, I don't even have it. I'm working on it, and one may be on the way. I just don't know for sure yet. So that's why I don't do call-in shows on my channel, because the only option I have right now is to use my cell phone and this shit. What kind of mic is this I've got? The Yeti mic, which is super sensitive. And to make it even worse for me this morning, I'm so fucking stupid, I don't even know if you're joking about a Wi-Fi extender or not. I'm thinking you're talking about like a damn, a skyhook. Do what?
No, I mean, there is such a thing as a Wi-Fi extender. I'm not joking.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
Basically, to dumb it down, basically what it is you run an Ethernet cable from your existing modem into basically another modem, but they call it a Wi-Fi extender. And you put the Wi-Fi extender somewhere between your existing modem and where you're trying to get signal to. And what happens is the Wi-Fi extender connects to your existing internet and then rebroadcasts the signal. So it extends the range, you know.
Okay, so where do you put the thing in between?
Well, that's the problem, because it's already on the corner of the house, so it's going to have to go outside somewhere. Now, I have a covered porch.
Well,
and I could run the wire out the wall from the living room, up the side of the window here, and then tuck it behind the rafters on this porch, and connect the extender to the the rafters.
Now, again,
the porch, but I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. But
again, maybe I'm a dumbass here, and I think we can all pretty much confirm that's the case. I am a dumbass in most situations, but wouldn't it be easier just to run an Ethernet cable out to the building?
And just have a cable laying 100 feet through the yard?
Well, no, I mean, yeah, that would be a camel toe type thing there to do.
Do you want me to dig a 100-foot trench?
Yes, I do, and I want you to videotape it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Now, if I'd have known this was going to be a problem, like I said, I would have thought of this ahead of time, and when the electrician was here, I would have had a 100-foot Ethernet cable for him to go ahead and bury in the same trench.
No, I got you. You would think.
I'm not digging another separate 100-foot. I mean, no, I'm not doing that.
I can see where you figured it wouldn't be a problem, because most hotels, you can get a room on the farthest corner of a hotel and still get at least shitty Wi-Fi service. So you're apparently getting none.
Hotels having a whole series of Wi-Fi extenders spread throughout the hotel.
Yeah, so I don't know what the problem is with the shit here. I need to get an Ethernet cable myself and run it. I've got a 25-foot one, but it literally comes up like a few feet short, and I'm not moving all this shit around again to make it fit.
You don't even want to rearrange furniture, but you want me to dig a 100-foot trench.
You need to be punished for this. Oh, shit. No, I see what you're saying. I mean, I'm trying to visualize, what you've got going on, but I've never actually seen other than a few pictures, I've never seen, the layout of your house and the distance and everything. So I get it. Shit like this pops up. Apparently, we're back live again.
Okay, good. That's amazing.
I don't know if this is an OBS thing that's causing mine to buffer like that, or if it's my internet. Seems like it always happens when I'm on OBS, so I'm gonna just go ahead and blame OBS on that.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Have you got your new board there and set up and ready to set up? Is that what you're saying?
It's already set up. Everything works.
Okay, so you're ready to go. You just need some damn Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and the computer will connect, but it's it barely connects.
Okay.
And I could watch a YouTube video, but when I went to YouTube Studio and hit go live, the bar gets like halfway across the screen and then this message pops up that says unable to whatever, blah, blah, blah. So there's not even a stable enough internet connection for YouTube to attempt to let me live stream. They must have a minimum threshold you have to hit before they'll even allow you to try, and whatever that threshold is, I'm not hitting it out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mentioned you haven't used the cell phone thing in years. Before you had the current setup you had now, what did you do?
Held the cell phone up to the microphone.
Oh, okay. Well, damn, I didn't realize it'd been that long since you'd been using
Yeah, I had a Yeti. I think you still have one, don't you?
Yes, for now.
Yeah, that's what I had. That was the first microphone I ever bought was a Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
And I would set it basically right next to my keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like this little box-looking thing that I would set my phone on that made it just the right height to where the speaker was pointing towards the mic of the Yeti, so I didn't have to actually hold the phone in my hand the whole time.
Right. Well, this phone, I know you make fun of it a lot of times because it's a Motorola. When I got this phone, man, it was great. Great battery life, great speakers, great everything. The problem is last year, when I was leaving one of my Greenville football games, it was piss poor in the rain. I made it all the way to my car, and while I was unlocking my car, I dropped my phone. And where I park, it's right up by the field house, and it's right, there's, well, I don't know what the hell you call them, a gutter, a street gutter, the curb there was full of water. And it was so full of water, and the water was running so fast, I had to chase the phone down to catch it. And when I got it, amazingly, it came on, but I screwed up and stuck my charger in it. The first thing I read was never, plug your charger up when you put your phone in water or whatever. And I made that mistake. So for almost 6-7 months, the camera wouldn't work. And I didn't want to buy a new phone because the phone part still worked. So that's the biggest problem, I think, right now with this phone. The battery's not as strong. It's one of them deals where I'm waiting until I can get an upgrade at the place so I don't have to pay a fortune to get a new phone.
Right.
So,
yeah.
As far as phone calls and texting goes, it works great. But the speaker part, as attested by the people in their comments this morning, sucks. And it does. I mean, you sound terrible coming through here. So my apologies for that. I can hear you fine because I've got headphones on through the Yeti mic, and so you sound fine to me. But I can imagine it probably sounds like ass to them. So my apologies.
I mean, I apologize too, and you're trying to make it like it's your fault because of your setup. I get that, but like you said, this is a last minute thing anyway. It's my fault for not considering the possibility that the internet wouldn't work, but I was caught totally off. I mean, I was up till like 2:30 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I know you were.
I was trolling y'all on your music station, but I was in there last night from till 2 or 3 in the morning, making sure I got everything hooked up right. I told y'all how worried I was about not being able to hook the mics back up and all that kind of stuff. Well, that ended up not being a problem at all. I literally hooked it all up with a new board. The first time I tried, I didn't even have to redo anything. And it was so late at that point, I said, I can't do it anymore. I went to sleep, and I got up this morning, and just no internet, and I was just like, God. So.
Well, you can't account for everything. You know, you've got a million things going on down there in your mind when you're trying to get set up, and even though you've known for months now that this was happening, still when it gets crunch time and you're trying to hurry and get everything rushed, and it's just like a trip, man. I always forget something when I go on a trip, whether it's long, short, down the road. It seems like I always forget something, and apparently this is the case here.
Well, the good news is, for everybody that's been asking to see the inside of the new building, I did upload like a 20-second video this morning to tell people to come to this channel today from inside the new building. So
Okay.
Now, there's nothing to see but a bunch of unopened boxes on the floor.
So it's like Christmas Eve in Lou's new studio.
My daughter came out there last night to check on me before she went to bed, and she said the same thing, because I had everything like pushed over into a corner. So there's like 3 TV boxes sitting there, a sound bar box, all kinds of other, basically Amazon boxes, all neatly stacked in the corner or whatever. And she was like, "It looks like Santa came."
Well, let me ask you, the bar. You said you're building the bar, right?
Yeah.
Has that started yet, or?
I was going to start it today, and hopefully I still can. Hopefully I get this internet problem solved. It won't take me very long, other than, hopefully I don't run into any problems. I can go to the store, get whatever I need, come back, hook it up, it works.
Right. Well, you got a show tonight to do, so.
Yeah.
The pool table, I'm assuming, is not there either.
I think I've decided not to do the pool table. It would eat up so much of that room.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't think I want to.
Once you got in there, I think you probably realized that 12 by 24 is not as big as you thought, is it? I mean, it's big, but.
It is. It's just, I mean, the kids are going to whack holes in the wall.
Yep.
And, so, I don't know. And really, the whole idea behind the pool table was I was spending so much money on this thing, I felt guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't spend money on myself. If y'all have kids, y'all know how it is. I mean,
Yep.
it's if I go out and buy a new pair of shoes, it's a big deal. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a shoe person. Now, I wear Nike because I'm flat-footed, and Nikes hurt my feet the least amount for whatever reason. But I get my Nikes from either TJ Maxx or Ross.
Mm-hmm.
So $40 for a pair of tennis shoes for me is a big deal. So I felt guilty spending all this money. So I was like, well, let me put something out there for the kids. And when we go to St. Augustine every year, they have a little playroom for the kids or whatever. And it's got a pool table in there and a ping pong table and a couple of foosball tables and that kind of stuff. And they love it in there. And I was like, well, I'll put my pool table out there. So it's not like they were asking for a pool table. I just wanted to do something for them. But I'm going to figure something else out for them.
Well, you do have a garage. There's a thought. You could make them, if they want to have some fun, go out in the garage and sweat their asses off while they play ping pong.
Yeah, good idea.
Because I know you're just dying to get back out there in that garage again and do some work out there.
Just even walking back and forth into the garage to grab boxes of stuff to take out into the new. Every time I walk into that garage, I'm like, what was I thinking sitting out here for this long? Because I'm not like that air conditioner that's out there. It'll run you out of that room. I'm not kidding.
So where are you right now?
I'm on the back porch right now.
Oh, okay. I got you.
It's echoey in there right now. It's not that bad. When I'm talking to the mic, it's not that bad because I can get right up on the microphone, and I have a dynamic mic, not a condenser mic. But if I were to be in there now just talking to you on the phone, there's nothing on the walls in there. Literally the only thing in there is some Amazon boxes, a couple of tools, and my computer desk.
Mm-hmm.
And the room it's just like a big box, the room right now, so it's so echoey.
Yeah. I went through that same thing with this room. This is not a big room. It's actually about 12 feet by probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 by 10 or 12. I don't know.
but with nothing in it. When I first moved my stuff in here, it was echoey as hell too.
Yeah, you got to get stuff up on the walls and furniture, stuff in there to absorb some of that sound.
In case you're wondering, I am wearing the G hat this morning. So
I wasn't wondering.
I'm just kidding. I'm not wearing that damn thing.
Yes, you are. You have to wear it on every show, so I know that you are.
Okay, well, you're right then. I'm wearing it. It is sitting right beside me. So if I reach over and touch it every few seconds, can we count that?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's actually, the reason I got that hat, it reminded me of my papaw. That's my grandfather to you Yankees. It reminded me of my papaw's softball team when I was growing up. It was a red hat. I thought it was, the picture made it look like it was white in the back. It's, it's the trucker hat. And it looked just like my papaw's old softball team's hat, Glendale. And I could have sworn the G on it was white, but when I got it, it was black. Oh, I was mad. I was Uncle Lou big mad when I opened that box and I saw a black G on there. Because this damn thing cost me almost $40 by accident. And so when I got it and it was the wrong hat, I was really pissed until I went back and looked at the picture and it was a black G. So, but there's no way this thing's fitting on Chess Hall's head. No way.
Well, that's more of a reason why he doesn't have a Georgia hat than the fact that
Yeah.
he just has never bought one. What possible hat could he wear, you know? I mean, it's not going to work for him. I don't think there's a hat that would fit him, but I saw some people asking you about the hat, too, but that is a, that used to be Georgia's, the block G.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old logo, but that was a Georgia logo. I like stuff like that. I bought a hat last year, right before the season started, that had one of Georgia's old logos on, not the block. It had an old, the UGA logo, the dog logo has changed multiple times over the years. They put out a hat last year that had one of the old school UGA logos on the front.
Mm-hmm.
I like those, retro hats.
Yeah.
It's a good hat, I think. I like that hat.
Yeah. Well, I know the deal was I was supposed to send it to you when I got done with it. So that was kind of you to let Chess have it.
Yeah, he needs it.
Yeah, he does. And
He can set it on his dresser or something.
You bring up a good point. They have like a big and tall section for people that are extra tall and extra overweight. They don't have a big and tall hat place.
No.
That could be a way for somebody with a little capital to start a business with to get rich, because there's a lot of big people out there that can't wear a hat. And, I don't know how awkward it would look to have like a 3X hat or whatever, but like Chess, I'm sure Chess would love to have a hat that fits. And so one of you geniuses out there in the comments section, and I don't mean Camel Toe because we know he's watching, one of you geniuses need to get on that. And for me, I can get a haircut and it changes the way a hat fits. So I can't even imagine being like Chess, not being able to find one. By the way, you mentioned a few minutes ago when you were up until 2:30 in the morning that you were trolling us over on the music stream. I got to tell you guys something. Now, my buddy ACP Carter, I finally convinced him to start doing stuff on his channel again, and boy, has he taken that idea and run. He's doing 35 streams a day, 17 days a week. And a couple of weeks ago, we were talking music in there, and came up with an idea of doing a music show on Wednesday nights. And we started it last Wednesday, or Wednesday a week ago, and it was really fun. But last night, I'm going to tell you, if you guys didn't watch the entire stream, that was probably the most fun I've had on an internet stream, maybe ever. It was funny. Everybody was engaged. We've got the comment section engaged in it. The whole thing was just great. And so I'm not in the habit of promoting myself on the morning show, really, or anywhere else. But if you guys could go over and check out ACP Carter 45 and check out Amped Up. And then if you're so inclined to subscribe every Wednesday, man, I'm telling you, we have a lot of fun, Lou. And you're, you're pretty musically inclined. I think you would enjoy it too.
Well, unfortunately, I missed the music portion of the music show.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I clicked on, it was the part of the show where y'all had 9 people
Yeah.
on the stream yard, so I immediately pressed mute and
Yeah.
just hung out in the comment section. I don't do the thing where there's 9 people on a stream yard.
No, that's more. I've been teasing Carter. That's more of an
All
ubu.
that is, but once it gets to that point, all
It's
it is
ubu.
9 people hanging out at a bar.
Yeah,
talking to each
it
other.
is.
That's all it is.
It's
There's nothing wrong
ubu
with that.
reincarnated.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'm just not interested in listening to 9 people talk over each other.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, I mean, now I agree, but you get some pretty good arguments that come out of that too. It's more of a hangout. I tease him about that, but the way it works. Last night we had me, Crangus, Rattlehead, and me, Crangus, Rattlehead. Well, yeah, Carter was asking the questions. I'm trying to think if there was any. Oh, and Unc.
Even in the beginning, y'all had 5 people on.
Yeah. But it's
Probably would have muted that too.
it's structured though. I mean, in the very beginning when we're talking before we get to the contest part, yeah, there's a little bit of talking, but we're letting Carter's do it. He's got the comments section involved too, and whoever wins, like Bama Marine won last night in the comments section, and of course we were all accusing him of cheating because he got about every damn song right. The week before that, my buddy D4 won. He got about every song right. So we were accusing him of cheating. And so D4 came on last night as the winner, and he was our official. He's the one that had to watch and see who not answers, but instead of ringing a bell, we turn the camera off, and then if you think you know the song, you turn your camera on. And it's pretty fun, man. I'm not going to lie. We had a lot of fun, so maybe next week everybody can consider it. I'm going to start promoting it more on my channel just because it was so much fun. The only part I hate about it is it starts at 11 o'clock at night. And I don't have a problem with that because I'm up. But, like, it kept me up extra late last night, and I knew, I had this to do this morning. And, you know me, sometimes I'll stay up all night anyway. But when it gets about 5, 6 o'clock, and it has been one of them nights that I've stayed awake all night, that last hour or two before we start this show is a bitch. So last night was one of them nights I got involved in a movie after that was over, and Lou, I don't even know how long they stayed on there last night. I know it was 2:30 when you came in there, and it was 3:30. I think when I turned the movie on that I started, and they were still in there. So hell, they may still be in there for all I know.
Yeah, it might be.
But
Who knows?
so
Speaking of YouTube shows,
I was just gonna go there.
did y'all catch Pigskin Pete's show last night though?
I caught the first part of it. I think there was some news at the beginning. You may or may not want to talk about.
That was the biggest news since Caveman told Neanderthal man he invented fire.
Well, I'm a little upset about that. But anyway, go ahead and for those people that were dead last night or unavailable for Pete's show, you want to go ahead and tell them what's going on? I know. The secret's out for me. I know what's up. So if you want to go ahead and tell them.
Turns out Pigskin Pete, who does shows, by the way, is doing a new show every Tuesday and Thursday at noon. It's called Lunch Money. Yeah, called Lunch Money. I'm gonna check it out. Starting next Tuesday at noon. In fact, I'm gonna check it out next Tuesday and next Thursday at noon, and every Tuesday and Thursday after that too.
What if it's gonna be on your channel, correct?
Yeah, it's gonna be on my channel.
Okay, so we'll just go ahead and assume that you'll have this internet problem solved by then. Hey, shout out to Michael Reiser, Uncle Lou. You know what he did this morning?
Told a joke?
He told a joke and he hit that PayPal link.
Let's hear the joke.
What do you call a 90-year-old man that can still masturbate?
John.
Man, I'm so lucky he don't listen to this shit. No, that would be Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
The John answer was funnier. I ain't gonna lie.
That was pretty good, and it didn't make me go, oh.
Yeah.
Like his last couple have been, I mean, they were funny, but they were, what's the right word? They were very blue.
Yeah. What? Let me test your memory here, because we all know mine is failing me.
Right.
Let's see. I think this was a Michael Reiser joke that he told either on one of my streams last week or on our morning show stream. How do you tell a blind man at a nude beach?
Yeah, he told it has something to do with.
With,
go ahead and say
it's not hard.
Right.
Right, that's it. That's the answer. It's not hard.
Somebody told that joke. I think it was him.
I think it was too. Michael Reiser is our resident jokester, so I appreciate the humor that he brings to wherever he is. And
Yeah.
aside from that, he's good people, I hear.
Yeah. Now, back to Pigskin Pete's new show, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, now, it is on my channel, though. But now, we have to give credit where credit is due. This is Pigskin Pete's baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now, this is Pigskin Pete's pet project here. So, I have to give I would love to take credit for it because I think it's a great idea.
So the idea was his from scratch?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's give him the credit there because I do think it's a great idea for a lot of the same reasons he mentioned last night. Everybody and their brother is doing live streams now, obviously, but at least that I'm aware of, there's not a regular show at that time. Among this group of 10 or 20 or 30, whatever it is of us now that are doing live streams. I know that like Carter and Sleeta do their baseball thing, and sometimes that is in the afternoon, and I think Ballard has 19 shows, and maybe sometimes one or two of those are in the afternoon. But in terms of like, you know, everybody knows you do your shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 8 p.m. Everybody knows mine are Tuesday, Thursday, 10 p.m. Pigskin Pete, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. That kind of thing. There's not really one at that time frame. Now, I've already heard from people that are saying noon. You know, I'm at work. Well, I know, but the thing is, at 10 o'clock at night, there's some people that are asleep. At 8 in the morning, there's some people who are asleep.
Yeah.
Going to work. I mean, there is no time to do a stream where 100% of the people that you want to be able to watch can watch it. So,
but what there is,
so that everybody can at least see something.
Right
now I have a morning show, I have a night show, and I have a lunchtime show. So between those, anybody that wants to watch one of my live shows should be able to. You know, so I think it works out good, and we're not stepping on anybody else's toes.
Well, look, you know, you can get on YouTube just about any time of day now and find a live stream, because Carter's been doing midday streams. Somebody's doing a stream at some part of the day, every day just about. And if you're subscribed to enough people, you're going to find somebody. Here's what amazes me, Lou. There's about, I don't know, 5 to 10 people that no matter where you go for a stream, they're there in the comments. Yeah. So I'm wondering, A, do these people not work?
Well, they're trust fund babies.
Well, that might have been one of my options, but probably not. B, do they ever sleep? And C, do they have so much money that all they need to do is just hang out on YouTube Hangouts? I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
Of course,
everybody's circumstances are different. I mean, a lot of these people that watch us. You know, I don't. You can look at your analytics, but like a lot of people that watch me are between 18 and 24, so maybe they're college students. Maybe a lot of them still live at home and work part-time, and so they have a lot of, there's a million different reasons why different people could watch at different times, or why it seems like certain people watch all the time. A million different reasons why. But it's going to be a good show. It's going to be, as far as like football content versus non-football content, I think it'll fall somewhere in between my night show and our morning show.
I was gonna say, I mean, we're kind of 50-50 here. So what?
We talk some sports, but like we've been on for an hour this morning and haven't mentioned it.
Yeah.
And that's the case a lot of the times on our show. And then my night show is 100% college football all the time. Now the theme for this show or whatever is sports betting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not just football. Now, obviously, during football season, we'll talk about football betting.
So Pete's into that kind of thing?
You can do a sports betting show year-round. I mean, there's always some, whether it's college basketball or the NBA or baseball or, the Olympics, soccer. I mean, right now you can bet on the election. I mean, so there's always something you can go to, somewhere and bet on. So every single show we will talk about something sports betting related, but we're not gonna limit ourselves to just that. But that is the point of the show. Pete's big into. Pete's very educated in the sports betting.
See, I didn't. I had no way of knowing that. I know Pete, and I talked to Pete off of YouTube, but I had no idea that he was into sports betting, like say Copizzle,
Pete makes prediction videos during the season, kind of like I do, where he not only talks about the game and who he thinks will win or lose, but he talks about the point spreads and why he thinks it's a good idea to take this team at +8, and instead of taking them to win outright or whatever. So it's just clear if you listen to Pete during the season, especially, that he has a lot of experience. Whether he actually gambles his own money on betting or not is besides the point. I don't gamble all that much money on sports, but it's always been interesting to me. I've always followed sports betting and sports gambling, so not that I'm an expert on it, but I understand it, and so I think it'll be a good show.
Well, I hope so. I think it will too.
I'm excited about it. It's going to be good. I like Pete. We're friends, by the way.
Okay, I was hoping you would answer that.
Yeah, we're friends, by the way. So I know there was some ambiguity there.
Big word. Big word alert.
Whether we were just YouTube associates.
Or friendly.
Yeah, well, I guess now we're business associates, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that could apply to us, too.
Yeah. And I hope y'all will give the show a chance. Even if you're hearing now, sports betting, I don't bet on sports. I hope you'll give the show a chance. Listen, I think y'all know this by now. YouTube shows, whether it's BVD's music show he's talking about with Carter, or my nighttime show, or this morning show, or whatever, any other show. It's not that the theme of the show doesn't matter, but who's doing the show is more important than what the show is about. So if you enjoy Pigskin Pete, if you enjoy Uncle Lou, check the show out.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem, Lou. I think you guys will.
I think you'll like
have a pretty good crowd.
We've been talking about this. Isn't something we came up with yesterday. We've been talking back and forth about this for 2 or 3 weeks now. And you
got your ducks in a row.
Right, and he approached me originally, basically right around the exact same time this building got delivered here.
Okay.
And he was like, so he knew it wasn't something that was going to start right away, but he said, let's think about it for a couple of weeks and try to figure some stuff out, and we can get a time that works. And he came up with the name too, which I think is great because it's at lunchtime and it's about money. Okay,
see, now I get it.
Yeah.
I already thought it was a catchy name because of lunch,
Yeah.
And you know who else is glad you've got this new show? Celine Driver. And he's also glad, and he says so in a super chat, Lou. He says, thanks for not doing the new show on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting harder and harder to... I mean, I'm a big believer in not trying to step on somebody's throat.
Oh, it's impossible.
But now it is getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
So if a year from now, you know, but it's important to me that people know that, you know, when Pigskin Pete called me, I would have never in a million years said, well, let's do it Monday nights at 8 o'clock. I wouldn't have done it.
Right.
I never would have said, let's do it, whatever. You know, now, do I know every single day and time that every person I know on YouTube streams? No. But the ones that do it consistently at the same day and the same time, and you know, I try very hard not to step on those people's toes, because honestly, people have given me that same respect, and I never asked for it. People, but I mean, you started your streams after I was doing my Tuesday and Thursday streams. You never streamed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You said, well, I'll do Monday, Wednesdays, or Friday, you know, whatever. Same thing with Pete. Pete comes along. He does his on Mondays and Wednesdays. You do your show at 8. He says, okay, I'm going to go on at 10.
Yeah, kind of works hand in hand.
People have been pretty good, I think, about working around, you know, the other people's established schedules. Now, that's going to get harder and harder to do as everybody with an internet connection starts doing their own shows. But, you know, so as far as getting back to Celine's comment, first of all, I never even considered Wednesday. Right now, Wednesday is sort of like an off day. It's really my only off day.
Right.
Especially once football season starts. I mean, Saturday and Sunday, I don't have live shows on those days, but during the season, those days are just crazy for me.
Yep.
Wednesdays, I don't have a live show, and I wanted to keep it that way. And so that was one of the first things me and Pete talked about when we were trying to come up with a time and that. So,
it's tough, man. I mean, you know, my only quote unquote day off from streaming is Saturday. And, well, let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's the only day right now that I absolutely do not have a stream. And like you said, that's going to change when football season gets here. Friday nights are going to change as long as we have high school football. I'm not sure, you know, when I still can't figure that one out, man. I don't know whether to just drop it completely altogether, or like I said last night, I may come on after I get home from the games. I don't even know if I'm going to get to go to the games yet. So Friday's been a big stressor for me right now.
Yeah, now, and everything I just said about trying not to step on people's toes, clearly that's out the window. That doesn't apply to Saturdays.
Yeah, Saturdays, it's game on.
I'm just telling everybody now, people are just going to stream when they want to on Saturdays, and there's no amount of wishing or hoping or getting mad or crying that anybody can do about that. I mean, I'm streaming every Georgia game. I'm streaming 2 games every Saturday. One on my streaming channel for everybody to see, and one for the. What I do is at the beginning of every week, once football starts, I put a poll up on my Patreon page. Which game do y'all want to see me stream this week? And whichever game gets the most votes, I stream that game on the Patreon page. And then depending on what time that game is, I'm going to pick one other game that day to stream on the YouTube channel. Now, I won't do that every Saturday because I can't stream for 8 hours every single Saturday. I'll just get burned out. I'm going to stream on Patreon every Saturday, though. That's part of the perks people get for being on the Patreon page. We had a lot of fun during those streams last year, too.
What's the most people you had, if you can? I mean, I know you can't remember an exact number, but best you can remember last year, what's the best you got on a Patreon game stream?
Maybe somewhere in the 50s.
So that's good. That's a good solid number for a private stream, I would say.
Yeah, and for people that maybe complain's not the right word, but I do see the comments and hear from people sometimes about me ignoring the comment section during my live streams.
But yeah,
It's not that I purposely ignore the comments, and I do keep the comments up. I have 2 monitors, and so I keep the comments up, and I do look at them. But the shows that I do now, the morning show and the night show, they're structured shows, and so if I get involved in the comment section, then it distracts from what I'm doing on the show. In the case of the nighttime show, I can't be talking to callers or
No.
reading the comment section.
that's impossible.
So
I mean,
what I like about the Patreon streams is the numbers are down, obviously, because it's not, only the Patreon members get the link to watch it.
mhm.
And so I do read and reply and respond to every comment. I mean, it's usually during commercial breaks because I'm yelling and screaming and acting like an idiot while whatever game I'm watching is on. But when they go to a commercial or there's a kickoff or a punt or whatever, I'm in the comment section, and so it gives me more of an opportunity for, like one-on-one interaction with the comments as opposed to just answering phone calls or this show here, which is really just me and you talking most of the time.
Right. Which,
Rose Bowl, when I streamed the Rose Bowl a few years ago, I had 80,000 people in there.
Jesus. How'd you handle that one? You just went about your business, I guess. I mean, because when we first start doing these streams, and I know you can think back to when you first started doing, first live stream you ever do, you want to make sure you answer every comment, and at least I did. I tried to see every comment and engage with everybody because you don't want anybody getting mad or leaving. But it's impossible. Even now, I don't get the numbers clearly that Lou does on my night streams. But there are nights when I get 60, 70, 80 people in there, and it's impossible. Hell, even if you're just trying to read everybody's comment, it's impossible to catch every comment. And I'll hear people, "Hey man, how come you didn't acknowledge me the other night? You were saying hello to everybody around me." My cousin even did that. "Hey man, I'm not going to watch your shit anymore if you're not going to acknowledge me when I'm on there." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Well, twice last night, I left a comment, and both times you mentioned the person right above me and the person right below me. And I'm like, well, I promise I didn't do it on purpose, Speaking of missing comments, shout out to Slim Shady for the super chat. He says, question of the day. If you're trying to fail and succeed, did you fail or succeed? I'll let you take that one, Lou.
Is that some kind of a riddle?
I think it's a befuddlement.
Oh, yeah, it's wrapped in an enigma, too.
Mm-hmm. It's also a question.
Speaking of Chess Hall, he did something on your show last night that's one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to live streaming in the comments section.
Oh, boy.
You were talking about people saying, you never read my comment or something.
Uh-huh.
You read the comment last night and you read it. Read my last comment.
Yep.
I can't stand that. If I would have read your last comment, I would have read it. When you type read my last comment and I read that, you should have retyped your comment, then I would have read it.
Yep.
Don't type read my last comment. That takes even more time than just trying to read the comments, because now I've got to scroll back up through the comments section to try to find the last comment from TikTok Chess Hall.
Well, here's what I do most of the time, and you may or may not have noticed that. When people say read my last comment, I'll read that and then say, there, I just read your last comment.
Yeah, you told that to TikTok last night.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think people who stream understand. It's hard to see every... You can have 15 or 20... And see, the thing is, the people that watch us are so involved in the comment section, which is great. We love that. That's what makes these streams, is the comment section. But you can, even if there's only 15 or 20 people in there, that's 100 comments a minute sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just impossible to see them all. So when you waste an opportunity by typing in "read my last comment," and that happens to be the comment of yours that I see, chest hole, that's a waste. So.
Who is Blaylock? I don't. Jeff Webster. Huh?
Georgia's wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
Blew his knee out in the Sugar Bowl last year.
Okay. Well, they're saying Jeff Webster just typed "Big Ball Daddy Blaylock torn ACL." So did he do it again? Now now this shit. I don't know. Blaylock out from Rack Dog. So did that happen again?
I heard.
That would suck.
I heard the ambulance carted somebody off a couple of days ago. Of course, then I had somebody on Facebook tell me that they're at every single practice, and that's not true. Amazing, these people on Facebook who are able to get into closed practices and just watch them like it's a peewee league.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I knew somebody like that.
I never got any confirmation on whether that was true or not, and if it was true, was it him or not, I don't know. But that would be terrible and a little odd, because if you remember, a very similar thing happened to Zamir White. He tore an ACL, rehabbed, got back, and then blew out the other ACL 2 weeks before the season started, 2 seasons ago. So if Blaylock has done basically the same thing, you know, blown an ACL, rehabbed, come back, and now blown it again 2 weeks before the season started.
Okay, Lou. I missed a super chat, Lou. Creeping Death says, Lou, UGA just announced Blaylock retore his ACL. So my apology, and Mikey Bridges, same thing. Let's see. I mean, I thought I caught them all when I was scrolling down through there, but
now, can anybody that's read that article, does it say when it happened?
Yeah, good question. It says that UGA has announced it, but
yeah.
So I'm
wondering if that's the news I was given a few days ago, or if this is something like that happened yesterday. I mean, UGA is notoriously tight-lipped about injuries, so it could be, it happened yesterday, Mike Bridges says. Okay.
Yeah, man, that sucks. That's what was the South Carolina running back's name a few years ago?
Lattimore.
Yeah, Lattimore. Kind of reminds you of him. How good of a receiver is this guy? Is he like one of your? Was he going to be one of your studs?
Well, he came in last year as a freshman alongside George Pickens, and of course Pickens ended up being the better of the two. But he had a lot of potential. He was having probably his best game of the year in the Sugar Bowl before he went down. He didn't play a lot last year, especially prior to Lawrence Cager's injury.
Mm-hmm.
But he would have... It's so hard to tell anymore who's a starting wide receiver, especially on Georgia. Like we rotate a lot of wide receivers in and out of the game. I mean, clearly George Pickens is our best receiver, but really after George Pickens, it would have been hard for any Georgia fan to say, okay, this is wide receiver 2, this is wide receiver 3, and this is wide receiver 4. It would have been really hard. You know, you still had Demetrius Robinson, who's been a little bit of a disappointment since he transferred here from Cal. You know, maybe he's your slot guy. Blaylock was a slot guy. We've got 3 freshmen that I think all 3 could play some this year, but 2 in particular have really been standing out in practice so far. So, I mean, let's be honest, it's not a secret. Georgia hasn't exactly been setting the world on fire with wide receivers for the last few years. So
kind of upsetting, too, with that great arm you guys have had there for the last few years.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get me worked up on that this morning, so, but nice try, though.
No, I'm not trying to work you up. I just, you know, you see, look, when you're a Tennessee fan, you take shots when you get them.
Right.
And even though that wasn't a shot, you know, just a reminder of what you guys lost.
How did I just realize I have a Tennessee mask on and that my name is Woo? Has that been that the whole time?
Now, wait a minute. I don't know what you're looking at.
Well, oh, never mind. I've got the video paused so I can just see the comment section. It must have been the beginning of the video.
No, I've had the same thing up the entire time. I actually was going to put that one up, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, it's the thumbnail.
There you go. That's right. It's a thumbnail. So I see my my icons are so small that well, like the two here, I got them. I was trying to make sure I didn't do that. You know.
Are you trying to say I'm small?
Well, you could put it that way. That's not the way I was meaning it.
You said your icons are small.
Yeah, but you're not an icon. Yet.
Well,
Yet.
Yeah, I am. I'm your icon.
Not yet. You're working on it. Gonna need a few more years. Gonna need some more quality entertainment from you. Plus, aren't icons usually dead?
No.
Name one that's not.
Name an icon that's not dead.
Yep.
Tom Brady.
Besides Tom Brady.
Garth Brooks.
Oh, he's definitely dead. No, that's somebody else I was thinking. Okay, I see what.
Toes.
8 camel toes, is that what you said?
No, he's a legend.
Yeah, he's just a legend.
Is there a difference?
Well, you know, some people that are legends that are still alive, they call them living legends. So maybe we should start calling people that are icons that are still alive living icons.
Right.
I don't know what, you know, somebody explain to me the difference between an icon and a legend.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this goes back to how difficult the English language is to learn or how confusing it is. One or the other. I'm still waiting on somebody to explain the whole parkway driveway thing. We talked about this last night too.
Seems like you've talked about that about 30 times.
I have. Until I get an answer, I'm probably going to keep talking about it. And what was funny last night was people kept bringing it up like it hadn't already been brought up 30 times, like you said. Icon is a positive term. Charles Manson is a legend, but not an icon, says Pigskin Pete. Pete, Tom Brady, would you consider him an icon or a legend? Because Lou just called him an icon, and to me, Tom Brady would be more of a legend because he is not a positive term to me.
Jeff Webster says an icon is a religious artifact. I'm going to go ahead and say that's not true. You hear the term like sports icon, music icon. You hear these terms all the time. You never hear anybody refer to the Holy Grail as an icon. An icon is a person, not an object. So, no, an icon is not a religious artifact.
Maybe it's both.
It's not true.
Maybe it's both.
Glittergator says an iconic legend or a legendary icon.
The bird that just chirped, and I'm a master in interpreting what birds say when they chirp. I didn't know if you knew that or not. The bird just said, "Fuck y'all." I don't know why.
Jerry Falwell is a religious artifact.
What is?
Jerry Falwell.
Now, I think he's definitely a legend. He may be an icon after his most recent exploits. What about Nick Saban? Icon, legend.
Somebody's going to have to give me an example of a religious artifact that's an icon.
Well, I think you're going to have to put that one on Webster.
Yeah,
Since he's the one that...
You know in the spelling bee where they go, can you use that in a sentence?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need you to give me an example of an icon according to that definition.
Don't ask him that, man. This is Jeff Webster we're talking about.
And I want a 20-minute story explaining it.
Yeah, he's going to give you a sentence. He's going to give you the origin of the word, all of that. See, bird again. Fuck y'all.
The Torah is not an icon. Jesus Christ is an icon. The Torah is a book. Like, okay, here's another term. Iconic figure. You never hear the term, man, that's an iconic book.
Hang on. You keep citing shit. You keep citing examples, Lou. I'm going to check something out here. If I can see. I'm sure 20 people in the comments have already done this, but...
A painting of Jesus is not an icon. It's a painting of an icon. The Shroud of Turin is not an icon. It's a ripped up sheet.
So you're saying Jesus Christ is not a religious artifact, right?
No. Now,
Yeah.
if you found his bones would be a religious artifact.
Right. Okay, here's the definition
Icon.
of icon. 1. A painting of Jesus Christ or another holy figure, typically in a traditional style on wood, venerated and used as an aid to devotion in the something I can't pronounce and other Eastern churches. That's definition 1. Definition 2, a person or thing regarded as a representative symbol or as worthy of veneration.
Now that's half right.
This iron-jawed icon of American manhood. That's the, the example.
Yeah.
So,
An iron-jawed person. Yeah, that could be like Muhammad Ali.
Mike Tyson.
Icon.
Okay, so yeah, so basically what I...
Now, if you found Muhammad Ali's jaw on the ground, that's not an icon. That's a boxing artifact.
Well, to me, these two definitions just confuse it for me even more. Other, definition number 2, when it said a person or thing regarded as, I was all with it until it said a representative symbol.
Thing part out, it would have been all the way right.
So who we gonna believe?
No thing is an icon.
No thing is an icon.
No, an icon is a person.
Well, according to this definition right here, an icon is a painting of Jesus Christ or another holy figure.
Well, they're wrong.
We'll leave it up to the comments section. Who you believe in? Who you believe in? Uncle Lou or the internet? Google. Let's dig a little further into this, shall we? What icon means? Wouldn't that be a damn definition?
I can tell you right now, in a million years, would nobody ever call me up and have a conversation with me where they referred to any object as an icon. It would never happen. Even these people in the comment section trying to convince themselves that a book or a ripped up sheet is an icon, even those people would never, in a conversation, refer to either of those things as an icon. Ever.
Is it possible that all these years we've been misunderstanding the icon?
If they called me up and were talking about Prince or Michael Jackson, they would refer to them as a pop icon or music icon.
Okay. I'm not arguing with you here. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Why do we call our symbols on our computer screens icons? It's a question, not a damnation of your version or definition of an icon.
What do you call what you cut out in the beginning about a computer?
Oh, like the little symbols, when you're looking up your pictures, and the picture of whatever the description is called an icon.
What, like an emoji?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess.
An emoji is an icon?
At this point, it could be.
Oh my God.
Because I'm more fucked up and confused now than I was in the beginning. I know what you're saying.
I'm not confused at all. Michael Jordan is an icon.
Okay.
Michael Jordan's shoes that he won that he wore in a championship game is a sports artifact.
They could be iconic according to this definition.
Michael Jordan's shoes could be iconic because they were worn by an icon.
Oh boy. Well, this
the
is
Shroud of Turin could be iconic.
a graphic
Because
symbol.
Jesus Christ's dead body was wrapped up in it.
Here we go. Right here. What icon means. Entry 1 of 2. A graphic symbol on a computer display screen that represents an app, an object, or a function. B. A sign whose form suggests its meaning. An object of uncritical devotion. Yeah.
Like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Jesus H. Christ. There's a lot of people who have uncritical devotion of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does
Hey,
anybody have uncritical devotion of the Shroud of Turin? Is there anyone here devoted to the Shroud of Turin? Unconditionally?
I think Creeping Deaths.
Anybody here devoted to a 20,000-year-old set of caveman teeth?
No, but they're devoted to a book
No,
that's
they're not.
ever how many years old.
They're not devoted to that book.
You don't think people are devoted to the Bible?
No.
Why not?
What would they be?
Well, I don't know. Just because I'm not doesn't mean other people aren't.
No one's devoted to the Bible. They're devoted to the teachings.
Some people are devoted to the Bible.
They're devoted to the teachings of Jesus Christ.
What do you think Justin Fields will do this year?
I don't think he'll throw an incomplete pass all year or an interception.
That may not be an iconic idea, but it is a true idea. It's a fact.
Right.
Everyone loves to compare rings to determine the GOAT. Well, what else do you compare, really? I mean...
This just dawned on me, but my biggest fear as a UGA fan is now an impossibility. So that glass is half full.
Your biggest fear as a UGA fan is an impossibility.
Yes, that Justin Fields wins a national title at Ohio State while we piddle around.
Right. Yeah.
In 100 years from now, people are pointing at us and laughing just like they do the Falcons and Brett Favre.
That's true because people do still take pot shots at the Falcons for getting rid of Favre.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Who's the best player the Falcons ever drafted? Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Who's the best player Georgia ever signed?
Well, here's something for people to study after the morning show ends. The true and unarguable definition of the word icon, because I believe 100% in what Lou is saying, and I also believe 100% in what I just read. You follow me? Because I'm with you. I've always known an icon to be a person,
When people start calling me up or stopping me in the store and referring to objects as icons, I'll change my mind. Until that happens, an icon is a person.
What about the whole computer symbol thing?
That's also an icon, but it has nothing to do with the icon in the way that we're using it.
Gotcha.
It's a totally different word.
Gotcha. I'd love to hear you and Jeff Webster discuss this live tonight at Uncle Lou After Dark on the College Football Call-In Show.
Well, good luck to him or anyone else who tries it.
Well, I mean, that's my challenge to you, Jeff, tonight.
Arguing with me is an exercise in futility.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all know that, but it's still fun to listen to.
Yeah.
See, like, I'm not considering what you and I have been doing over this icon thing, arguing.
Right.
I'm considering it a level-headed civil discussion over something that one of us is 100% firm in his belief of, and the other one who is trying to get to the exact bottom of the knowledge.
Yeah, I'm always level-headed and rational.
And you never, ever hold a grudge.
Nope. I always think things through and never speak without thinking.
And you always what I think Uncle Lou will be most remembered for when he becomes a living or non-living legend is his uncanny ability to let things go.
Right.
I don't think anybody would argue with that. Is the Starry Night an icon? Huh. Don't know. Let's see. I'm going to check the PayPal one more time, Lou. And if you have the ability to check yours, you can. And seeing as I have control of the controls this morning, I think I'm going to call this a show.
Yeah, that sounds fair. I gotta run to the store.
Yeah, we want to get you all interneted up.
Yeah, I gotta go Wi-Fi extender router thing shopping.
Well, don't run into any icons or run over any icons on your way.
I'll be the only icon there.
Oh, okay. Think you could pick me up a 50-foot Ethernet cable and throw it however many miles it is from there to here?
No, you already said you're not taking the time to move a chair out of the way.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I'm getting a 50-foot Ethernet cable, so I don't have to move a chair.
No.
Got to move a bunch of other shit to make a hole in the wall.
Yeah. By the way, I could never hear no chainsaw, so I don't know what that is.
Well, they must have been listening to the morning show because they stopped right as soon as I mentioned it, and I'm not even joking.
They knew you had an icon coming on the show.
They must have. Or they were looking at the icon on their chainsaw that says stop. I don't know. Celine Driver gave us another super chat. The definition of a fool, a person who argues anything with Uncle Lou.
You know what? I might have changed my mind. My new building is an icon now.
Well, you can discuss that tonight.
Well, there's nothing to discuss. Everyone is right that said things are an icon. Yeah, so they're right. I've changed my mind, and LOUTUBE Studio is now an icon.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have just witnessed a first. Uncle Lou.
I didn't say I was wrong.
Uncle Lou has changed his mind.
Yeah, I changed my mind, but I still didn't say I was wrong, though. I just said they were right.
There's one of those conundrums. When people change their mind, does that mean they really changed their mind, or they just had a different thought?
See y'all tonight at 10.
There you go. Have a good one, Uncle Lou. We'll talk to you tonight.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry for the confusion and all that this morning. I'm going to do everything I can to get it fixed and straightened out today so we can actually, so I hope to see y'all all there at 10. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all again real soon. Later, BVD.
There you go. See you, bud. I have all the confidence in the world that Lou will finish that by tonight, because I have a feeling that he might be a little bit aggravated at himself for not thinking of that. But, it's hard to blame him if we're talking distance here, and it is farther from his modem or whatever the hell thing it is, to the garage than it is from that to his new she shed. Then, one would only have assumed that there wouldn't be any problem with the internet out there. So shout out to all of you guys who did show up this morning anyway. You know, thanks for the super chats. Thanks to Mike Reiser for the joke and hitting that PayPal. Hell, I think that's just about going to do it from here. Appreciate the more than anything, appreciate the support you guys give us. Not the monetary support. I mean the support of being here. Over 70 of you at one point showed up here this morning, so thanks for that. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. Same bat time, different bat place. Things will be back to normal. And hell, I'm just going to say it. Shout out to me for not panicking this morning and within 8 minutes getting this thing started on time. So you guys have a great Thursday. I'm going to go to the Greene County Courthouse here in a few hours and give them all of my money and beg them not to keep me. So we'll see you when we see you down the road another time. Be safe. Hug on your mom and dad. Tell your brother and sister you love them. And most of all, have a good day.